Alright, the group stage just ended. I have my Katowice 2019 silver coin. It did upgrade. I got the souvenir package. I picked the Liquid versus Navi game on Mirage. I didn't mean to pick it, but that's the one that I picked, and I got this lovely SSG right here. It's got a Stewie 2K autograph and a Liquid autograph. Liquid sticker and an Ivy sticker and so forth. I don't think it's worth anything, but whatever. It's what I got, unfortunately. Granted, I should not have picked the Mirage pack, but it is what it is. I'll get at least one more, maybe, maybe another one, if I get them all correct. But with that being said, if you have the silver, if you've used my picks, you should have the silver. You're guaranteed a gold coin because all you have to do is watch to get the gold coin from now on. So the only thing you're really going for from this point is the diamond, as well as that's what I'm going for also. So going from the picks here, if you watched my video from the last one, you should have all of these 5 picks. I did switch out ints for, I believe I put Cloud9 right here, which granted they could have gone forward, but I thought ints was a safer pick. With that being said, if you use my 5 picks that I said were surefire picks, you will have these 5 picks, and you should have the silver coin. Going forward to the bracket play, this is the current bracket as it stands. In the quarterfinals, we have Astralis versus Ninjas, MIBR versus Renegades, Liquid versus Ints, and Na'Vi versus FaZe Clan. Some of these are a little bit harder to judge than others, and some of them are a bit easier. Right off of the bat, though, I can tell you this, that Astralis will be in the finals without a doubt. There's not a doubt in my mind that this is the case, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it step by step anyway. Right off the bat, obviously, Astralis is a way better team than Ninjas in Pajamas. There's no chance, in my opinion, that Ninjas even take a map off Astralis. Astralis is just a much more sound team and a much better, well-rounded team at the moment. Ninjas is obviously a really good team. I really like them, and I think that they're doing pretty good for what they have. They have some pretty good firepower and such, but like I said, I don't think that they're on the same caliber as Astralis, and quite frankly, I don't think from what I saw that they really deserve to be in this playoff stage. I mean, obviously they bounced back and they proved me wrong a little bit, but quite frankly, I was a little bit underwhelmed by Ninjas in Pajamas. With that being said, MIBR versus Renegades. Now, this is a very, well, I wouldn't say very. It's a much more difficult pick because of what I saw out of Renegades, and I believe if you look back to the London Major, MIBR, or I believe they were SK back then. They might have been MIBR already. I don't know, but regardless, MIBR was the same team that took out the Complexity team when they went on their sort of a Cinderella run. So it's a bit I guess ironic maybe that MIBR is the same team that's playing Renegades here when they have their Cinderella run. And when I say Cinderella run, I don't mean that they don't deserve to be there. I mean that they pretty much came out of nowhere, I feel like. I don't think anybody expected them to be here. I'm obviously really glad they did make it. They deserve it. They played extremely well. And taking that game off of Astralis was something that I thought, quite frankly, was impossible. The issue though is that when they did lose to Astralis, they lost pretty significantly. In fact, after the first half of Nuke, when Renegades played Astralis, I could be wrong, but I believe they only won 2 rounds after the first half. So in the next game as well. So I don't think that I think they're a great team, but I think MIBR is just a little bit better team. Now, to be fair, MIBR did start off a little shaky, and I didn't know if they were going to qualify. They did give me a bit of a scare for my pick'ems as well as FaZe, but in the end, they showed they were a very solid squad, and they know how to play together still, and I think that they are going to go past Renegades. I think it'll probably be a 3-game series, if anything else. But I definitely think MIBR had the upper hand and the advantage because they've been here before, and because I believe they're all major winners except for maybe Phelps. I could be wrong, but they all know what they're doing, and they all know what they have to do, and they all know how to get the job done. Whereas Renegades is a little bit more inexperienced, and they might be factoring. They might have to be more, I guess, simmered down a little bit. They're definitely going to be nervous going into the bracket. None of them have ever been legends before. And even aside from the nervousness, MIBR is just a much better team than Renegades, in my opinion, especially with the new pickups and everything. They're a very solid squad, and I was very much impressed after the whole Cloud9 thing happened. With that being said, moving forward, looking at Liquid and Ints, I like Ints a lot, and I like Liquid a lot, but similarly to Astralis, there's not a doubt in my mind that Ints can take the series against Liquid. I think they might take a game. They have a better chance of taking a game off Liquid than Ninjas do Astralis, but at the end of the day, Liquid is just a much better team, like I said. They're the second best team in the world, without a doubt, and I think that though they were shaky, even though they went 3-0, they were a little bit shaky. They had that almost loss against the Vingar, who was playing extremely well. And I might add, in my opinion, they probably deserved to be there more than, say, Ninjas. But at the end of the day, what happened to happen. Vingar played very well against Liquid, and before that, I honestly thought Liquid might have a chance to win the major, but seeing how they played against the Vingar, even though they still went 3-0, I have a hard time believing that. But regardless, I still think that they're going to beat Ints in this best-of-3 situation. This last matchup was a little bit more hard, however, because the teams are more evenly matched. These are 3 and 4, I believe. Na'Vi, the third best team, and FaZe, the fourth. However, from what I've seen from FaZe, I don't have faith in them to beat Na'Vi. Quite frankly, I didn't have faith in them to qualify for the playoffs, to be honest. I'm glad they did for Olafmeister's sake, but to be honest, I don't know if they should have qualified or not. But regardless, with that being said, I'm going to have to take Na'Vi on this one simply because they look like the more solid squad. I believe they went 3-1, whereas FaZe barely qualified a few minutes ago, actually, about an hour ago at the most. So without a doubt, Na'Vi will beat FaZe in that series. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly why Liquid's going to beat Na'Vi, because obviously the better team, but not only that, Na'Vi has never beaten this Liquid lineup, even before Stewie got there. Obviously he's a new addition, but before that, they still haven't beaten this Liquid lineup, and I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon. I think Liquid is going to have I think it's going to be a close 2-0, but I think it's still going to be a 2-0 nonetheless. Looking up here, I think Astralis obviously is just a much better team than MIBR. I think MIBR is probably top 4 or 5 in the world after this major. They're going to be ranked. But regardless, Astralis is the best team in the world, and they're not going to drop a game, or excuse me, they're not going to drop the series to MIBR. They might take a game off of Astralis, but overall, it's going to be Astralis in the finals. I don't have a doubt in my mind that this will be the finals. With this being said, this is a little bit more of a difficult decision because this is the decision that's going to get you your diamond coin. With that being said, I want to preface this by saying if you choose everything up to this point, it is absolutely your decision to call who's going to win. Because honestly, I couldn't tell you. This could go either way. These teams are so evenly matched. Even though Astralis is the best team in the world, quite often you do see Liquid take games off of them at some times. Let me rephrase that. Even though Astralis generally always beats Liquids in the finals in the past year, you do see them take games off of them from time to time. And with the addition of Stewie 2K, I think, in my opinion, that might just have enough to take them over the edge to where they can beat Astralis. And going into the major, before I saw a game from Astralis or Liquid, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. But after seeing Liquid versus a Vingar, though, my opinion did adjust slightly. But still, I think Liquid have what it takes to beat Astralis in a best-of-3 or best-of-5 series. With that being said, I want to go ahead and say I am going to put Astralis as the winner of the major, simply because I want to have the best bet for the diamond coin. And even though Liquid might win against Astralis, the most probable thing that's going to happen is that Astralis is going to win the major again. They're just too good of a team to bet against, and quite frankly, I'm too afraid to bet against them. They're the best team in the world right now, and they showed it very dominantly across all games except for that one against Renegades. But even after that, they showed why they're the best team in the world, because even after a loss and a stunning half on their best map, in which they haven't lost in over a year, they showed that they have the ability to come back no matter the situation. So I can't bet against this team because they really are the best in the world, and their dynasty is probably the greatest dynasty in all of esports. This is going to be my picks, though. I can't see this going any other way. I think this is going to be about what's going to happen. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and update these picks. This is what I see happening. I can't see any other situation or any other scenario happening for the most part. This is definitely going to be your finals without a doubt. FaZe might beat Na'Vi, but regardless of what happens here, Liquid is still going to beat either team. And the same with Renegades and MIBR. Astralis will beat any team and will be in the finals. So regardless of what happens, this is your challenge right here. These two will complete your challenge, Astralis and Liquid. And the only thing you have to worry about is who's going to win the finals, which is completely up to you, like I said, because I'm having a hard time myself. But I have to go with Astralis because they're just the best team currently, and I can't bet against them. That's all I have for you today. These are my picks, and this is probably what it's going to stay at. I can't think of anything else, and quite frankly, there probably is nothing else. If you did use these picks to your advantage and you enjoyed watching the video, please by all means go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. If you have differing opinions or just want your opinion heard, by all means go ahead and leave a comment in the section down below. I really appreciate all your guys' comments, and I read them all, good or bad. I read all your comments, and I really appreciate seeing them down there. So if you have any thoughts or opinions, by all means go ahead and leave a comment down there below. That's going to be all for me today for this video. If you guys, like I said, well, I already said to like and subscribe, but yeah, that's going to be all for me for this video, boys. If you enjoyed it, come back soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.